That was dumb. That was dumb. Every tool's a hammer, unless it's a screwdriver, then it's a chisel.
We need a torch. Hate that nut.
We're not doing that. Because it ain't built till it's overbuilt. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got me a sick tractor. It's a project I wanted to get done in the middle of winter, but here we are, spring, and it didn't fix itself, so we have to bring it in. I don't know, something going on with the four-wheel drive, and I had a leaky seal and let all the grease out of the front end, and continued to use it, you know, for months. Probably didn't hurt anything, right? Probably did. Well, anyway, I'll never know till I bring it in and tear it apart. So I'm gonna try to get her freed from the snowbank that owns it right now, and get it in the shop and get some heat going first thing, and then we'll get at it. We'll see if we can figure it out. So what's going on here? Kind of ashamed to admit. About probably a year ago, this front wheel had a big oil slick by it one day. Axle grease, you know, smell to it. Had a little milky color, like there's a good amount of water mixed in. Good sized puddle of oil, which I completely ignored. Did nothing to fix it, just continued about using the tractor. And as the summer went on, the front end got a little louder. Got to where when you drive it in four-wheel drive, it kind of had a little clunky to it, you know. So I told myself, before next spring, this tractor's got to be fixed. It's spring. So we're gonna tear into this thing. I don't really, you're gonna pick up on the theme. I don't really know what I'm doing. Never been into one of these before, but like most things, it's held together with nuts and bolts, and I have all the keys for them. So we're just gonna tear it apart, see what we find. I got a feeling it's gonna be ugly, to be honest with you. When you drive it on the road, like driving it from here to where we do the tractor pull, by the time we get there, something in this area is really howling. So yeah, I think I've really done it. Turns out there's a tin cover under here, like sheet metal. I'm not sure how that's held in yet, but I'll figure it out. But that thing rusted through, and that's what let the grease run out. So this front hub assembly and possibly the whole axle has been running dry this whole time. I'm gonna take full responsibility for that. But it's destroyed this bearing. Obviously this cap is junk, that's what started the trouble. This bearing's destroyed, so I'm going to assume that the bearing on the other side of this housing is also destroyed, which means I have to get this apart. Luckily, I caught a break, which I didn't deserve. I think these gears are good. I don't see any missing teeth, and they don't really seem to be ground up too bad. So they must be hard as the hinges of Hades, because the bearings are pretty well wrecked. But they seem to have survived. Here's the problem. This tractor, in its previous life, it spent some time in a salt pile somewhere, loading salted sand. So from like here down is super rusty. When I got it, I had to cut the ends right off the boom and make new ones and weld them on. You can see I plated it on top there to give it a little strength, and I plated it here, but the whole end here is new and has new bushings in it and all that, and I had to replace all the bushings because that was all wallowed out. I had to get a bucket. You can see that doesn't match because the bucket that was on it was Swiss cheese, you know. So this tractor had it's had a rough life, and it continues to because I'm a jerk. I should have taken care of this when it broke, but it was at a time when I needed my tractor, and that's how it goes. So I found the tie rod was bad. I gotta tear the other side apart because I'm sure that thing is about to rust out, and most likely replace. Well, who knows what? Just a lot of. It's just a lot of money. That's all. Just a bunch of money. So that's neat. Well, I guess keep taking bolts out until this thing falls off, and then we'll see what's behind that. Yeah, it's fun not knowing what you're doing. Okay, I had to stop because I heard all the safety guys yelling on there, you know. You can't double up your wrenches because it's not safe and you get hurt. All I'm gonna say is, if you weren't supposed to do it, it wouldn't work so good. Well, you know, sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you you don't. Well, believe it or not, I think I might have partly dodged a bullet because if you look in the end of the axle tube, in there everything is still greasy and not rusty and nice, clean. There's no metal shavings, there's nothing. I'm looking right at a bearing in there. I think I might have lucked out. I don't know. And even this unit that I have off, if you go out here, although the bearing is dirty, it's not rusty. And everything turns pretty nice. These bearings feel good. I am going to take this one apart, look it over. This cover, like I said, is bad and is the cause of the whole problem. I don't know. If I find everything else looks good, I might leave the other side. I will take this cover off, put a new one on, because I don't want that one to, rust through and put me here again. I found that if something breaks in the late spring, if I can still use it, I will just pound it to death because I gotta have it for the summer, and I don't want to take the time to take it apart and fix it because I'm an idiot. Looks like everything in the center of the front axle is okay. Like I said, I'll replace the cover over there. I think I might pull this outer final drive off that side because it's pretty easy now that I know what I'm doing. And I'll take a peek at it, and if it seems okay, I think I'm okay over there. Good grief. This would probably go a lot smoother if I knew what I was doing. I guess I'm just going to wash all this stuff up, and I'm going to hope that those expensive looking bearings in there are okay. Those are kind of big. But it is what it is. If they're bad, they're bad. I will put a new seal in here. Just hoping don't have to spend that money. Or that money. Or this money or that money. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, it appears that I kinda, sorta dodged a bullet here. I've got 3 bearings destroyed. But the bearings that are in here that look like they're really hard to get out, they look okay. I cleaned them, oiled them, sound good, feel good. We're going to say they're good. I think they are good. That bearing lived in there. And then when I pulled apart the other side, she was full of oil. Pretty clean, nice oil. And the bearings are all looking good. So this side I think is okay. I got to get out one broken bolt. And I got to get that cover off the bottom and replace it. Hey, I can call that preventive maintenance. That's super. But yeah, I think it's going good. I got to get parts ordered the way things are now. Probably be here in 7 to 12 months. But we'll get them coming and we'll get her back together. So I think we're good there. We're going to wrap this one up and I'll do another video maybe when the tractor's done. Or maybe I'll just be too busy and you'll never know. But take my word for it. Seems like she's going to go back together pretty good. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you spending your time with me. Make sure you tell your friends they really ought to be watching The Town Tinker. Get down there and click subscribe. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.